Beaten, brainwashed, and battered into submission. Tonight, meet the women who survived a living hell.
CBS 11 I-Team's Ginger Allen is here to take us inside this terrifying world of human trafficking. Ginger?
You know, almost 12 years ago, the I-Team uncovered details about a secret prostitution ring. It was operating out of a very unusual place, this upscale neighborhood in Denton. Now, more than a decade later, we are learning new, even more disturbing details about the biggest secret of all, what was really happening inside that home.
I'm gonna cry.
I know, me too.
It was tough for these women to watch this I-Team investigation, which first aired in May 2006. At the time, Becca Bender was 25 and Rebecca Charleston was 24.
And I remember when this came out, I was in prison.
Our story aired just after Charleston and another woman were found guilty of money laundering and tax evasion, all part of a massive, high-dollar prostitution ring operating at this home in Denton. This is where Charleston lived with their pimp and some of the other women. Bender lived at their other home in Vegas.
It was hard seeing the other women and knowing what was really happening.
Particularly hard because more than a decade later, these women tell the I-Team what was happening inside this home was not at all what it seemed.
We all had to call each other sisters.
Yeah, we were required to call each other sisters.
Required? There were rules and laws?
Oh, a whole bunch of rules. If you didn't obey the rules, you'd be beaten.
Instead of criminals, these women say they were victims, lured into this lifestyle, brainwashed and beaten if they did not follow orders. And the two men who put them behind bars say that's exactly what was happening.
Our focus was on the pimp.
Mark Parsons was the IRS investigator who followed them all over the country.
They suffered physical and emotional control.
Andrew Stover is the U.S. attorney who prosecuted them.
We were really, in many ways, hoping to get you out of it.
The investigators say they hoped by arresting the women, they'd get to the real criminal, the man who was trafficking them. The women say they were too afraid to give him up.
See the fish?
Looking at pictures taken during the raid of that Denton home, the koi pond built into the theater floor, the murals in the garage.
There was actually a TV in that mirror.
The elaborate decor and high-dollar cars, the women talk more about those house rules.
We would have been beaten for not making that bed.
Yeah. So this is the room I slept in.
That's how the bed's supposed to be made.
Today, they can actually laugh about some of the orders.
He had all these mantras that he'd make you memorize. Stick, stay, pay, never go away. Family's only as strong as its weakest link.
Right.
Remember that one?
Yes.
Some of the demands were anything but funny.
I remember one hurtful situation. He told me that he wanted to make sure I was doing everything right, and so I had to treat him like a customer. And I cried as he was raping me.
Among other orders, they say they were forced to stay in shape and pose for lewd photos, told how to walk and talk and look.
He designed everything about us. We had one blonde, one brunette, one redhead. When Becca came around, she was the exotic one.
The women admit to being so loyal to the man who was trafficking them and so terrified of the violence that even after our story from behind bars, Charleston would not give him up.
When someone beats you or you have blood coming out of your mouth because they hit you so hard in the face, you know, you believe them when they tell you they'll kill you.
I experienced beatings almost weekly. My daughter's life was threatened constantly. It was very traumatic.
Months after our investigation with Charleston behind bars, Bender says their pimp knew Stover and Parsons were after the rest of them. And she says he literally beat into them how to protect him if they got caught.
After being forced into prostitution all night, and he'd have me sit on the floor, and he'd say, "What's your name?" And I'd say, "Lawyer," and he'd punch me in the face. "What's your address?" "Lawyer," punch you in the face. So we were beaten, prisoner of war style brainwashing to respond that way.
When we arrested Becca, she just smiled at us and just said, "Lawyer."
Fast forward a decade and a lot has changed. In 2007, Charleston got out of prison. 2 years later, their pimp finally went to prison. And that's when Bender escaped with her little girl, who was 9 years old. Today, the two of them live in Oregon with her husband and their other children, a real family. She is now an ordained minister running the Rebecca Bender Initiative, which has trained 62,000 investigators all over the world. Charleston is back in Texas, getting her master's in criminal justice. She's an executive director at Valiant Hearts, a program she went through in 2012. using her past to change the future of others.
When I was in prison and this show aired, it was incredibly shameful. Now to be in this place where we both are today, you know, to live fully restored lives, it's incredible.
Looking at them now and seeing, you know, what time and, as Mark said, the grace that God can do, it just makes me proud that we did something.
I'm hopeful that this piece will be able to show how much progress our country and our law enforcement and the general public has made within the last 10 years.
So all 4 of them will be back together again in April in Dallas, speaking at the Crimes Against Women conference. A powerful foursome.
This is full circle for a lot of people realizing what we saw 12 years ago.
You
I
remember it.
remember that story, man. So, but in the piece, you said during the interview that some of the women talked about how common this thing is, even today, right now in North Texas. What do you know about that?
So we've been talking about this them around the newsroom. We interviewed them on a Friday morning. So on a random Thursday night, they tell us they had searched online and found 421 girls for sale in Dallas and 40 girls for sale in Denton. And some of them had lollipop emojis next to their name. Can you guess what that was?
Children.
Children. Yeah. That is hard to wrap your head around.
And that's why their stories matter, though, because they're bringing awareness to this.
They are. They kept thanking us during that interview and thanking the investigators. And I mean, I tell you, those 2 Rebeccas, they deserve the big thank you because they're saving lives.
Yeah, they're saving, and what she said in the end, living a restored life themselves. Imagine that path that they have been on. Thank you for sharing. It's incredible, it's mind-blowing, and it needs to change.
It's fun to be able to tell it 10 years later with such a happy ending.
Yeah,
Good
thank
work,
you so
Ginger.
much.
Thank you.